Alrighty, Regina Rose here, and I'm going to paint this bouquet of flowers. This is my bouquet of flowers. My daughter Erin sent to me for Easter, and I have sketched it on my canvas. This is a paper canvas that I coated with acrylic um, burnt sienna. I prime my canvases primarily with burnt sienna, and then I wipe it off so it's not too dark on me. But I want to concentrate on the vase today. I polarized my picture. Once I took the snapshot, I found this setting on my cell phone that's called no, posterize, and that posterize breaks down shapes and value changes, so much so that I can actually draw them out as I'm painting. What a godsend. I could use that. So I'm going to start with a vase, and I have pre-mixed quite a few colors. I have a dark that exists on my picture in the darkest darks are right, there's a spot here, there's a couple of spots on the handle. And those are my darkest darks. And from there, I go to another value, darker, and it seems to be about this color. And I'm coming up with the colors also. I pre-mixed all of my colors last night. And I will let you know how I mix those as we go. And I mixed some of my own purples. I turned one combination into a Windsor blue here. So I'll be using this color up here. I used a cerulean blue, added a lot of white and a little bit of yellow, because blue and yellow make green, and this very, very light, soft green next to the highlights. So let me go ahead and get started, and I'll just talk about the colors as I go. Hopefully I am not in the way. Didn't do my hair today. This is going to take me a while to get used to going up here as opposed to down there. But I want you to see my colors. It's very important if I'm going to do this, and I want you to see my colors. So I'm going to start with the darkest dark. So I'm going to use this purple that I created with ultramarine blue and alizarin crimson. I leaned more on the blue side, and actually this doesn't give me that. No, I'm up here. Ultramarine blue and alizarin crimson, and I kept it dark. I dropped down here, added more white, and I have this lighter color here. Again, a little bit more on the blue side. In fact, I'm going to change this one here into more on the blue side. And it's pretty dark. I don't even know if I need a darker value than that. Coming over, I just see I sketched them out. I have a couple of darks here, a dark here, and right on the inside of the handle. Those are the, no, there's a little bit right here. Of that, those are the darkest darks on the entire vase. It must have been a pretty light day that I was, oh yeah, and I had a filtered light hitting my vase as I took that shot. Simply, I learned from a workshop to filter your light. When you just have a little clip-on light, you could add a sheet of this blue film paper, and you just tap it, clip it right onto your little circle clip-on light, and that works. That's how the pros do it. So I did the same. Now I'm going to go to my middle value, and my middle value is in this range. So it's purple to more on the blue side right here. So again, I'm going to put it up next to what I had before. I want to make sure that it is a different color. I'm going to lighten this a little bit more. See the white's way up here? I got all these colors here. I just need to practice going up here. I want to see if I can get a little more on the blue side here. And I'm going to test that value with the dark one that I put down. Yeah, that one worked. It's not quite as dark, but it'll work for me. So let me put that in where I see this color. You know, I'm going to go just a little bit lighter. Because even though it's a different color than the dark I used, it certainly looks like the same value. So let's try this one. And that's lighter. I see a little bit down on this edge. You do that outline, make sure you cover your outline most of the time. And I'm going to come down here. A lot of this blue in the handle. I am working with a number 4 bright, and that is a Robert Simmons. I wish that all my brushes were the same manufacturer. That would be simple enough. But because I teach and I've been doing so for over 20 years, I just have tons of assortments of brushes that in the beginning I thought, oh, that's a good one, that's a good one. And I start grabbing so many and I end up with a ton. And after all these years, when it's all said and done, I know my go-to brushes. I know the brushes that I'm wasting my time if I purchase anymore. And most of all, I know that if I take care of my brushes, they will last a long time. And that certainly helps. If you're spending a little bit more on your brushes, you certainly want them to last a while. So I'm going in with this color here. This is my value next to my dark right there. And then right here is a purple area. This goes all the way over here. There's a couple spots going down this way, over here. If you are following me, hopefully by the time I get this one posted, I will have taught myself to edit. And editing is something I know so little about at this time. This is a white vase. Believe it or not, this whole vase is white. And I'm really just putting in shadow colors as I see them on this posterized picture. Then perhaps I can go in. I see another purple here. It's a much lighter purple. I will grab some of the purple I had. Oh, here's much lighter purple up here. Up here, I had a purple color. Oh gosh, I don't remember the exact name. That might be a dioxazine purple. Not only is it purple, let's see, value-wise, it's a little bit lighter still. This one is at the first ring here. I have a ring of colors that go up towards the highlight and they get lighter and lighter. Moves up here and I see a lot of greens. And this green I have made also. I have a very light green here. I made with cerulean blue, yellow, cad yellow light, and white. See how light that is? That's pretty light. That's going to go right next to my white highlight here. So let's see. It's next to the purple, next to the white highlight. Then the next shade of green is a bit darker. I'm going to add a little bit of this blue here to that green. And let's see what I have. Okay, I need to do a color note. My color note will tell me if I'm too dark or not. That's too dark. It actually is, to me, it looks like the same value, meaning relative lightness or darkness, as the purple. Now, how will I know for sure? I'm going to use my viewfinder, my value finder. I'm so sorry. My value finder. And how this is used is you lay this, you put your color in the little hole, and you ask yourself, which is darker? The color here or the color there? Or are they the same value? I see this one here as a value 3. That's close to the dark side, but now let's take a look at the purple and see what value. So the value 3 is what I had in my green. I want to go to my purple to see what value I have there. I'm talking about this medium color, not the darks. So I'm going to go to my purple. Yeah, they're the same value. Are they the same value here? In the picture, I'm kind of right there. Kind of matched it pretty good. I'm surprised. Surprised myself. Well, that's cool. So I'll go ahead. My color's right up here. I'm not adding a medium to this one simply because it's my time slot to paint, and I needed to paint. If I don't paint in my time slot on each day, I'm not following my my goals. I set a goal for doing a painting and a video once a day. I'm not posting all of them. I don't think I'm ready for that, but I will be. Now I'm beginning to blend in a little bit more than I did before. Now there we need a light purple. Again, I use the purple here in the corner that I have, and I believe that it's dioxine and white. And it's just a matter of add more white. If you want it lighter, add more white. I'm going to make it a little bit darker. Ooh, that's way too strong of a value. See that? We know it right away. It's darker than this value. So I got to stick with the lighter. I want to stick with the lighter, but be a little bit, no, that's about the same. There's green, the darker green up here under the foliage here. I'm actually choking up on my brush. You know what, a lot of artists that I watch over the years, many of them hold their brush down here. That gives you more room like this. I forget so much that I learn, and all of a sudden I'm in the middle of doing something and I go, wow, there's something wrong here. Try to figure it out. Am I doing the basics? I can control my strokes just as much back here than I do when I choke up. When you choke up, what happens is you tighten up, and you're busy trying to do this sort of thing on your painting. And you need to be back away from it and see the whole picture. There's a lot lighter area that I skipped around the picture here. And I just went in a little bit lighter with this color green that I saw there. Now this area is just white. I'm even going to pick up a new brush so I can use just white on this area. I don't know why I didn't put my medium out today. I guess I just, like I said, working in a hurry. Because I have my lower background. Oh, I can see this needs to be a lot whiter here. I'm going to start soft blending these edges a little. Now I want to do the line on the bottom, the very line that comes from the vase, and cast a shadow in this way. And it's a dark. It ended up being, well, right below the vase is the darkest spot. Let me capture that now. And I had pre-mixed my dark color. Let me switch back to a different brush. I have pre-mixed my dark color with ultramarine blue and raw sienna. And that is this color right here. If I were to put that color anywhere, then you wouldn't tell that that's salt. That's not two different colors mixed together to create black. And there's my shadow line on my vase. My shadow line is going to extend out a little bit. Let's see, it comes out a little bit this way. Now that's the darkest dark of the shadow. Now we're going to go to a lighter value of the shadow, and I'm going to darken purple. Red, I'm going to add a little bit of red purple and black. So that's my next phase of dark. I need my medium out here to make my paint flow. So what I'm going to do is just add, and it continues way back here. It's not till about this area that I see other things coming in, other colors coming in where light is hitting it, right back there. And let me finish going in and around these fellows. Okay, and let's go this way with color. Let's use some of that color that we used previously. And this is a white table. This is just in that posterize setting. I'm going to come in with this color for my table. Now I'm going to add white. What I'm doing this particular time is just for the sake of getting a video done. I'm getting a video done so that I can just practice editing. I want to add more to it. So, table goes quite a bit higher. I'm going to put some light on this side where we come over. Actually, this happens closer to the up and beyond the handle. But I'm making, on purpose, I am making a new line for where the table and the vase are. Why? Because I can. There's so much, they had a lot in the background on this picture, and I wanted just the vase. So that's what I'm doing, is just the vase. Well, the vase and a table. Alrighty, let's bring it up a little higher over here. Video, I've been erasing so much on my camera that the video seems to be going for quite a while. Even though I'm using white, it's not appearing like actual white. Oh, I like that so far. Let's see if I can show it to you now a little closer. Yeah, that's what I was looking for. I'm going to now attempt to go in. My technology has no way to, well, I haven't thought of it yet. I'm taping this down to an easel, and this is taped down to an easel, and gravity's wanting to pull them in odd directions. What I want to do now is I want to cover this whole area around the flowers, and then the fun part, working on the flowers. And what color do I want to make it back there? I'm going to go a little bit darker than the white we have here. Backgrounds I struggle with, and I'll tell you, I struggle with backgrounds because I don't know, I just don't have the actual vision for, oh yeah, that's a tree, that's stupid what I just said. We'll see, now there's something I can edit and take out. That just a little bit of stupidity that happened that a few minutes ago. Trying to get a cast shadow from that leaf right here. Wow, so I have to go a little bit darker than this. So I am going to go darker. Do I want to add color to that dark? Why don't we just do gray, a neutral color that includes a lot of gray. I can, if I'm done with colors here on my palette, what I have mixed up, I just go ahead and pick up a lot of that. Add this black on that's here on the canvas. Add a little bit of the green, and all this mess, basically what they say when you pick up all the colors you have displayed around your palette, it creates a gray, a neutral color is what they call it. So I'm trying to pick up all of these colors, mix them together. Oh, that's what I wanted. I want that slight green. I just picked up some green and I want to put that in there. Here is my neutral color right here in the middle. So now I'm going to add white to that neutral color. I don't know how much, so we'll add a little bit at a time. And I'm going to put a color note down. I didn't want to make it too green because I have so much foliage going on. Well, perhaps I shouldn't have picked up that green, but a little bit in the background is not a bad idea. This is pretty dark. I want to go a little lighter than this one. Yeah, now let's put a color note down. That's what I wanted. That's what I wanted. That's a neutral color. I'm going to skirt all around the flowers and get my background in. And here we go. I'm going to add a little bit of turpentine because I'm lacking medium. The turpentine will help to thin this down, in fact, so I can travel farther around my page with it. Yeah, that's all right. I'm very much an impatient painter. I want things to, the easy parts to be done quick. So I speed up what I'm doing here. There's no reason to do this slow, except when I'm going around the flowers. That I want to slow down on. I am not going to have enough paint to go around. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this couple corners and areas lighter. Here we go. Painting is so much fun. I hope you too are, while you're learning to paint, is fun. Okay, now I want to look at this from afar. I have peekaboo, peekaboo, burnt sienna coming through. I'm going into my flowers here. I want to redo this handle. Speaking of values, I think I have the same value on this background as I do in my shadows. No, it's lighter. This here color is lighter than that color, as well as obviously this color. So that's cool. Let me look at it from a distance, and I'll start the flowers the next video.